What's up, guys? HackyDude1940 here. We are back with episode 6 of our NHL 15 New York Islanders Be a GM mode. And I'd just like to start off this video by saying you guys have been insane with supporting me on this series. I mean, I've gotten so many comments so far in just 5 episodes of this series. Many people saying, keep it up. This is a great series. Keep it going. And that's insane because, I mean, the support I've been getting on this series is probably the most support I've gotten so far on YouTube since about, what was it, July? Or August I started making videos. I mean, this series is the most popular series by far that I've done. I mean, I think I've gained 6 or 7 or something crazy like that subscribers over the past week or something like that. I checked, I think episode 1 has almost 500 views or something like that on it, so I mean, just insane support for the series. So yeah, I definitely want to keep this up and start getting out content more consistently, because that's what I tend to do, kind of like the New York Rangers. I'll record and I'll upload videos for a few days straight, and then I'll go on like 4 or 5 day droughts, which I really want to try to stop doing. But yeah, so jumping right into this, rumblings out of Columbus are that Connor McDavid has been put on the trading block. So that's interesting. Joe Thornton as well on the trading block. Patrick Marleau. So yeah, what does that say? Miller on the trading block. Immediately Cavalier on the trade block. So yeah, a lot of players are on the trade block. But first, let's check out the team, just to see how players may have progressed over the offseason since we signed them or whatever. So we'll go by potential. Or no, we'll go by overall. John Tavares, 92 overall. That's insane. Oliver Ekman-Larsson jumped to an 89 overall. Kyle Poso jumped to an 89. Jordan Eberle, 88. Yeah, Eberle, definitely a good pickup for us. I mean, that shooting category is fantastic. Senses is great. Puck skills is great. 77 points last year. Playoffs, I mean, great pickup for Jordan Eberle. Wayne Simmons as well, 87 overall. Franz Nielsen, 86 overall. This guy's actually having a pretty good year this year in the NHL for the Islanders. Four shootout goals, I think, this season. He leads the NHL or something like that. So good job for Franz Nielsen. Michael Grabner. Ryan Strome. Look at that. He jumped to an 84 overall. So we played him a little bit during the season last year, I think. We played him in one game during the season. We played him a little bit in the playoffs as well. And he actually jumped to an 84 overall. I'm trying to see what's bringing up his overall. I think offensive awareness, puck skills, actually skating is good. Shooting category is pretty good except for slap shot accuracy. Defensive category, I mean, 86 defensive awareness isn't bad. 86 stick checking. He's not bad. I mean, 70 face-offs, that could be better. I mean, I think he'd be better suited on the wing. But 84 overall, great progression there for Ryan Strome, only 22 years old as well. Joel Ward, free agent signing, 34 years old. Johnny Boychuk. Casey Zizekas is 83 overall. Not too great offensively. Actually, that's interesting. I mean, you look at it, puck skills 4.5 stars, but the individual stats aren't really that good. I mean, 83 and 84. A 4.5 star, I think, would be more of high 80s, but I guess not. Senses 90 discipline, 84 offensive awareness, 86 defensive awareness, 88 shot blocking. Yeah, he's a great penalty killer for us, that's for sure. He's only 24 years old. Calvin DeHaan, 83 overall. Boyd Gordon, yep. Travis Hamonic, 83. Brock Nelson, 82. So I don't think he went up in overall. As far as individual stats, I don't really notice any big differences. It looks pretty much the same. Cal Clutterbuck, Robin Regeer, Thomas Hickey, Matt Donovan, Matt Martin. Yep. And then in the system, I actually noticed this. Griffin Reinhart is 81 overall now. So 21 years old, he's 81 overall. 6'4", looking like a great defenseman, two-way defenseman. I don't know if I want to use him, though. I mean, his shot accuracy is not very good. His puck skills aren't even that good either. 65 poise. I mean, that's not the greatest. As far as defense, low 80s, mid 80s, not that great. Physical category isn't really there. So even though he is an 81 overall, he's a very low 81 overall. So I think he would be best suited in the minors for another year. So yeah, I think he can do with another year in the minors. Just get his stats up there. Anders Lee, center playmaker. Defensive stats are kind of low. Only 81 offensive awareness. Now I think, again, 25 years old, he could actually be a trading asset, if anything. Because, my third line, I'd like to be at least 83, 84 overall for everybody. And he's only 80. And he's a playmaker, so I can't really use him on the fourth line. He's a center with only 70 face-offs. So yeah, I think Anders Lee is more of a trading asset for us. The Rose, yep, all these guys. Although potentials, Oleg Kapitanov, our first-round pick. 3.5 green stars, very nice. I went to the Rangers. Go down, Tubert, 4-star, Michael Dalcol. 4.5 star, we're still waiting for him to get better, only 19 years old. Adam Pelech, Andre Padan, the all-star defenseman. Ryan Pulock, Joshua Hosang, Dakota Conroy, Jerry Simmons. Are there any more? Not Red Star. Ooh, who's this guy? Cameron Keeley. Center two-way forward. He's only 57 overall. 18 years old. He's 4 red stars. Yeah, I don't even think with 4 red stars he's going to get much better. Only 57 overall. If he's going to get better, it's going to take him 8 years to get better. So, yeah, I don't really think he's a future player for us, but who knows. And now for goaltenders, we pretty much know what goalies is about. The minors, yep, Soderstrom and Poulin, and then up here, Halak and Johnson. Yep, and Halak we still have for another 3 years. So yeah, there we go. That's the team. And you guys might notice that Jan Heda is not on the team. Unfortunately, he had an injury in the offseason that it looks like it ended his career. Not sure exactly what happened. I think it might have had to do with something with the save file. But yeah, but basically, long story short, I lost the save file from when I ended episode 5, and I don't know how it even happened. I mean, I can't even imagine what I could have done to screw that up. But I lost the save, and so I went back through, and I'm like, oh man, this is going to take a while. So I went through, and I drafted the same exact players, and made sure that they were the same potential. So I made sure I drafted the same players, I signed the same free agents, and I dropped the same players. I did everything the same, except when I got into free agency, because what I did is after the draft, after I got like the perfect draft, after I got all the same players, I saved it so that I didn't have to do the draft all over again. And the retirements come before the draft. So the retirements were already out of the way. And I saved it. And I didn't even notice that Jan Heda, he was 37 years old, so he actually retired. So when I got to the free agency point, he wasn't there. And I kept like exiting out and going back in just to try to refresh. And then I realized he retired. So I was able to get Boyd Gordon, Joel Ward, and Robin Regeer, but I was not able to get Jan Heda back. So nothing big, nothing else changed other than that. So not a big deal at all. Jan Heda, good defenseman, but I mean, you look at our defensive core, it's not that bad. I mean, Robin Regeer, Thomas Hickey is a good young defenseman down here. He can definitely handle it. I mean, if we have to, we can try to trade for another veteran defenseman. I mean, we might do that at the trade deadline. But we can definitely go without Jan Heda. Alright, so first line, Kyle Poso, John Tavares, and Jordan Everly. That is a fantastic first line. Second line, Michael Grabner, Franz Nielsen, Wayne Simmons. This top 6 looked beast last year, and it looks even better this year. I mean, everybody went up about 2 overalls over the offseason, or at least 1. So that's great. Third line, Brock Nelson, Joel Ward, and Cal Clutterbuck. I'm actually going to move Clutterbuck down to the fourth line and put Ryan Strome with Joel Ward and Brock Nelson. And then the fourth line, Casey Zizekas, Cal Clutterbuck, and Matt Martin. Do we have anybody scratched? Boyd Gordon, that's right. Yeah, Boyd Gordon. I got to get him in there. So who should I take out? Matt Martin, I guess? I'm thinking. Grinder 82. Yeah, I could definitely take out Matt Martin. Yeah, there you go. Where is he? Down here? Where'd he go? There he is. Yep, put Boyd Gordon in the lineup. Boyd Gordon, I really like that free agent signing. Joel Ward and Boyd Gordon are just great signings. Look at that, 88 for face-offs, 86 defensive awareness, shot blocking, and stick checking. That's amazing. So put him in the middle. Clutterbuck and Zizekas. Yep, Joel Ward. Yep, that all looks good. That all looks good. So now defense, Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Johnny Boychuk. We're going to keep it the same as last year. Calvin DeHaan and Travis Hamonic, the offensive and defensive defenseman combo. And then Regier and Thomas Hickey. Power play, Eberle, Tavares, Oposo, DeHaan, Ekman-Larsson. Yep, that looks good. Tavares, Eberle, DeHaan, Boychuk. Yep, that looks good. Actually, wait. Yeah, never mind. Let's go. Oposo there. That's fine. Penalty kill. Tavares, Nielsen, Oposo, Zizekas. That looks good. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, what do his defensive stats look like? 80. Yeah, he's actually better than Regier as far as defense. So yeah, we'll keep him up there. 3-man penalty kill. Actually, wait. I need to change Regier and Hamonic around so that they're playing their right sides. Yep, that looks good. Simmons and Strome. I don't know if I'd rather have Grabner there. I think I'd rather have Grabner there just because I think he's got a better shooting category. 84, 88. Then what's Wayne Simmons? He said, yeah, actually Wayne Simmons is a better shooting category than Michael Grabner. Alright, the extra attacker, Tavares and Oposo will actually put in Franz Nielsen as his second line extra attacker. And then Halak. Yep, and then that looks good. There we go. So that is the team heading into year 2, and I think it's going to be a good year. I mean, the Islanders organization is looking really good right now as far as this GM mode and in the real NHL. But I mean, you look at those lines. I mean, we added some great depth in the offseason with Boyd Gordon, Joel Ward, and Robert Regier to add some grit to the lineup. On top of all those young superstars, I mean, Tavares, Eberle, and Oposo. That's a fantastic line. Wayne Simmons, Nielsen. I mean, we just have a great all-around team. Tavares, Oposo, and Simmons. Who else? We got to get, what's his name? And we'll make it Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I mean, we could make it Johnny Boychuk. No, we'll put Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He's our leader on the point right now. So yeah, there we go. The numbers, I don't care about the jersey numbers. We don't see those unless we have the Stanley Cup celebration, so you better hope that we do. But yeah, I mean, this organization is really heading in the right direction because, I mean, you look at our team, our best players are all young. I mean, Tavares, Simmons, Eberle, Grabner's pretty young, isn't he? Or maybe he's like 28, 27. I'm pretty sure he's younger. Oposo, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I mean, all of our best players are young, so we're pretty good with that. We also have a lot of young guns in the minors coming up, so that'll be pretty cool in a few years' time when all those guys get better. We don't really need to look at anything else, do we? GM options, contract free agency, roster move. Let's just look at trade block. Let's just clear this out just so that we don't get any offers plus. No, okay, there we go. Actually, I want to check out what's it called? I want to check out Connor McDavid. Who was he drafted by? Was it Phoenix or Arizona now? Or no, was it? Now I'm trying to think. Was it Columbus? Yeah, it was Columbus. Connor McDavid. They put him on the. Why would they put him on the trading block? 18 years old, 74 overall, center playmaker. Why would they put him on the trading block? Fighting skill. I think they need to bump that up a little bit. Career by goal. Yeah, Columbus has some pretty good young guns there. They just need to stay healthy. Columbus is so beat up this year with injuries. It's crazy. They're missing everybody. I mean, Anisimov, Dubinsky, Bobrovsky was injured for a little bit. Fedor Tutin. Scott Hartnell almost got his throat cut open by a skate tonight. That was scary. Luckily, he was okay. So yeah, I don't think we have to do anything else. Let's just simulate forward. I guess we'll wait for the scouting assignment. But yeah, also news today, Scott Gomez signed a two-way deal with the Devils. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, him going back to New Jersey where he started off, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, he could possibly play with Elias and Yager. I would love to see that line. I mean, Patrick Elias, Jaromir Yager, and Scott Gomez all together again. I mean, the likelihood of Gomez playing on like one of the top lines is not very good. I wouldn't see that happening. Um, but yeah, that'd be pretty cool to see. And also, Marty Brodeur, it looks like he's going to be a St. Louis Blue. So, I mean, the Blues, they're looking. I think that's what they need, though, because, I mean, Brian Elliott, he's a good goalie, but it's just. He's not. I wouldn't call him a starting goalie. I think he's an above average backup. I mean, he made the All Star game a couple seasons ago, but to me, he just doesn't seem like the type of goalie you want as your starter going into the playoffs. I mean, I would rather have him as more of a backup. So I think Brodeur and Elliott are really going to share time, share even amount of games throughout the rest of the season. Jake Allen, I guess I don't know if Jake Allen's going to be going down to the minors or if he's gonna get a couple of games. I mean, obviously, if one of those two goalies gets injured, he'll step in. But I don't know what position that puts Jake Allen in. So yeah, let's do the in-game simulation for the first game of the season. Oh, and look at that! It's against the Pittsburgh Penguins, a team that beat us in the playoffs last year in 6 games. Can we beat them in the first game of the season? First period. Oh, there we go. 3-1. Travis Hamonic, Kyle Poso, and Ryan Strome. Bo Bennett got the first one for them. Oh, look at that. Scoring goals on the boards over there. Second period. Ooh, they got it close. Evgeny Malkin, the guy who dominated the playoffs last year, tied the game up, but then Brock Nelson put us ahead. That third line is getting some goals. Alright, so third period. Ooh, Paul Martin ties it up. It's a high-scoring game. Ooh, we got a point out of it. Ooh, and the Islanders, the shootout superstar Islanders, they win another one. John Tavares, Jordan Eberle, and Ryan Strome. Jesus, these goalies couldn't keep anything out of the net. Evgeny Malkin and Sidney Crosby got goals for them, but apparently Yaroslav Halak stopped the first shot. Maybe his last shot, I don't know. But Halak made one save. He was the only goalie to make a save. 6 shots. But yeah, the Islanders, what are they, like 5-0 in shootouts this season? Or something like that? That's crazy. It's always good to be good at the shootout, because a lot of games go to shootouts, and if you can't win shootouts, you're going to lose a lot of points that way. And I mean, those games add up at the end of the season. When you miss the playoffs by like 3 or 4 points, those shootouts, those extra points, they really help. They definitely add up by the end of the season. Alright, so let's simulate the rest of October and then check the stats at the end. I'm trying to think anything else that happened. I mean, the 3 stars of the week this week, Yaroslav Halak, Ryan Callahan, and Corey Ramo all did very well. Ryan Callahan, man. I mean, at first that Marty St. Louis, Ryan Callahan trade, I was really excited. I was really happy with it. I still am. But I was really hoping Callahan would not do well in Tampa. I was kind of hoping Callahan would sign somewhere in the West so we wouldn't have to worry about him. But man, the Tampa Bay Lightning are just so good this year. The Lightning and the Canadiens are just lighting it up this year, and it's scary because I don't know, those two teams are just lighting it up, and I've been hearing a lot over the past couple of days. The Lightning, they've always been that team. They're trying to get up there. They're trying to compete with the best teams in the East, and now they're full of young talent, and now they're kind of being the team that other teams compare themselves to. Like, are we as good as the Lightning? Coming into this game, how can we match their speed and their skill? They're now being that team. They are now that team that are being compared, by other teams. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, that trade. I mean, though, I wouldn't be so iffy about the trade if it weren't for those 2 first-round picks. Those first-round picks were huge. I mean, the Rangers, I expect them to make it, pretty far, not like too far. I hate to raise my expectations too high. I'm not gonna say that I expect the Rangers to make the Eastern Conference Final this season. With teams like the Bruins and the Canadiens and the Lightning in the running, it's obviously going to be tough to take down any one of those teams, and obviously we got to face one of them come playoff time. Of course, if they make the playoffs, I hope they do. But yeah, it's those two first round picks. I mean, it was Callahan a first and a conditional second, and that's the one thing about the deal that I think makes it worth it is that conditional pick. It only became a first because the Rangers made it to the East Final, which I think ultimately made it worth it. St. Louis is the reason we got to the Cup. Without St. Louis, we would not have made it as far as the second round or the third round. So, and he's second on the team in points this year, tied for second. So, he's Marty St. Louis. I mean, he's one of the fan favorites in New York right now, and he's only been here less than a year. So, I definitely like the trade, but Callahan is just doing so well in Tampa with Steven Stamkos. Now, let's check out the stats for the first month. Player stats. I would assume Tavares and Okposo, Okposo and Oliver Ekman-Larsson are up there. I didn't even look at the bottom right to see who was up there. So yeah, look at that. John Tavares and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, same two. Tavares, 15 points in 11 games. Perfect. 7 goals, 8 assists. That's exactly where he needs to be. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, 1 goal, 9 assists, 10 points in 11 games. Okposo, 5 and 4. That's fine. Franz Nielsen, 8 points in the second line. That's great. Simmons and Grabner, both 6. That's fine. Jordan Eberle, 6 points. That could be a little bit better. I mean, I'm pretty surprised at that because Okposo and Tavares are up there. But Eberle's not, so I'm not sure. I mean, Eberle, he's out there with Tavares on the power play and on the first line, so I'm not sure why he's not getting as many points. But I guess it's just these three, Okposo, Ekman-Larsson, and Tavares, that are passing it around to each other. Ryan Strome, 4 points on the third line. Brock Nelson, 4 points. Boyd Gordon, 3. Ward, 3. Wow, look at that. Travis Hamonic, 20 penalty minutes. And yeah, so the only guy without a point is Robin Regeer, but that's fine. He's a defensive guy, even though he's -5. Regeer, you're not making a case for yourself here. I'm trying. Power play. Yeah, look at that. Tavares, 3 power play goals and a shorthanded goal. 3 game-winning goals. 15 shooting percentage. 51 face-off percentage. Wait, what? 11 takeaways. Alright, so not bad. Oops, pressed the wrong button. Alright, so goalies. Halak, 2.79 goals against average, 7 and 4. 90.03 save percentage. So a little bit better than last year. I'm pretty sure he's on pace for a better year than last year. 2.79. Where is that on here? Yeah, he is doing better than last year. He's on pace to do better than last year, which is good. Because last year he definitely could have been better. So Halak is doing just fine for us. Team standings. Yeah, let's check this out. We're actually 8th in the NHL right now. I mean, we're only a month in, but still. We are 5th in the Eastern Conference. It looks like we are 3rd in the Metropolitan. So now let's look at... Man, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. We're actually 2nd in the Metropolitan. Well, I was thinking the Red Wings are in the Metropolitan. They're not. So we're 2nd in the Metropolitan Division. So now let's go to entire league and check kind of the individual categories here. Goals for per game. We are 16th in the NHL. I think we were better last year. I'd like to be in the top 10 for sure. Goals against, 16 as well, so we're pretty consistent with our number there. Power play percentage, 14th in the league, 20%. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm sure, penalty kill, 22nd. That could be a lot better, only 76%. Home and away. Again, it's only a month in. We've only played, 11 games. So, it's pretty hard to get on the team for not scoring enough goals, 11 games into the season. But yeah, so I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Yeah, we're at about the 25-minute mark. So I think that's going to wrap it up. Once again, thank you guys so much for the support you've been showing me on this series. I mean, it's just crazy how popular the series is becoming. I mean, I never thought this series to be this popular, but apparently you guys enjoy it. So if you did enjoy, please leave a like. I will see you guys in the next episode.